are you? Mm. Hello. Sorry, I just want to put it in the tripod. Welcome. Happy Monday. It's a very special Monday, right? Guys, everybody is happy, but I swear I am only happy because today is my twins' birthday. So they are turning 2. So I'm very happy. Yeah. It was a happy day. Welcome. I hope you had a great weekend and I hope you managed to read something because, sure, it's hectic. Things are hectic. But yes, it's a brand new week. Hello, welcome. Brand new week, brand new books, a brand new month. What are you guys planning to read for the month? I'll share with you guys what I'm planning to read for the month before I end the live. But I'm going to read today for 30 minutes. I'll be reading until 5:30 so I can go and sing happy birthday to my twins and have cake and all things nice. But yeah, today I'm reading something new. Yeah, I think Abidare is the only American international author that I've read, and this is the second one. So I've been reading all local, like African books right through. And brand new level. Oh yeah, brand new level, level 3. Yes, Yamkela, you are right. We are in level 3 and I am happy. Wow. Obviously, I am happy about being in a new level, but I'm also happy about the fact that it's the twins' second birthday. That is the most important thing. But yeah, new level means mommy juice. But yes, thank you guys for joining me today. I'm going to be reading An American Marriage, and it's by Tayari Jones. I'm going to read the back of the book first, and then I'm going to read for 30 minutes, and then I'll show you guys what I plan to read for this month. This past month has been pretty weird, but we'll discuss that after I finish reading. Let me read the back of the book, and then I will start reading for you guys. Happy birthday. Thank you. Hey. Happy birthday to the twins. Wasn't expecting a read today. Thank you. Oh, no man, it's just 30 minutes. Or something like that. But yes, I had to read because I'm committed like that. So every day, 5 o'clock, I'll always be here. Even if it's the president's birthday, even if it's the government's birthday, aka happy. But yes, thank you guys for joining me. So this book, I've had a few of my friends read it, and I haven't read it, and like the few that have read it have been like, and like it's like, you know. So I've always wanted it, and I was like, I will never buy it. You know, that price. I will wait until it's a sale. Yeah. So I got it on a sale at Bargain Books. So yes, and I'm happy about it. I think I will read it later on in the year. I haven't read it, so you and I are doing a sampling. I'm sampling, you listening to me reading. I sample. Not on my birthday. Okay. The government has spoken. I can't read on his birthday. Yeah, no, I can't. Same here, waiting for a sale in my area. Yes, Bargain Books are the plug though. Like, yes, they really are the plug. Remember the other day I bought Osbasi's book for like cheap. Yes, I was not willing to buy anything for that book above 200 or 100 rand. Above 100 rand, yeah. So, same goes for this. So yes, Bargain Books is the plug. And then there's another bookstore that I think it was, I don't know who, I'll find out, but then I'll tell you guys during the week if I do remember. There's another bookstore, that's a secondhand bookstore that sells amazing books, which we must talk about. But yeah. So Oprah Winfrey says about this book, it's among Tayari's many gifts that she can touch us soul to soul with her words. So yeah. And the New York Times book review says it's haunting and it's beautifully written. I know, Nikki, you'll remind me if it was you guys who read it. Who was it? No, it was Freshwater. It was Freshwater. Okay, cool. I think you guys had a book review for Freshwater. But yes. So this is an American marriage. Newlyweds Celestial and Roy are the embodiment of the American dream and the New South. He is a young executive and she is an artist on the brink of an exciting career. But as they settle into the routine of their life together, they are ripped apart by circumstances neither could have imagined. Roy is arrested and sentenced to 12 years for a crime Celestial knows he didn't commit. Though fiercely independent, Celestial finds herself bereft and unmoored, taking comfort in Andre, her childhood friend, and the best man at their wedding. As Rory's time in prison passes, she struggles to hold on to the love that has been for a love that has been her center. When his conviction is suddenly overturned, he returns to Atlanta, ready to resume their life together. Hey. This stirring love story is a profoundly insightful look into the hearts and minds of three people who are at once bound and separated by forces beyond their control. An American Marriage is a masterpiece of storytelling, an intimate look deep into the souls of people who must reckon with the past while moving forward with hope and pain into the future. Hey Jane. Nikki, are you agreeing to reading An American Marriage or Freshwater? Because I remember you guys have read Freshwater and they were mixed. But yeah, this is An American Marriage. So it starts with a quote: "What happens to you doesn't belong to you. Only half concerns you. It's not yours. Not yours only." By Claudia Rankin. Hey, there's a vibe outside, guys. It's like a new year, you know, like people and the bevs. Hi. Anyway, number 1, bridge music. Roy. So every chapter will be between the 3 characters. How are you laughing at the fact that I'm saying there's a vibe outside because of the new year? For those who just came in. So the first chapter is about Roy. Well, it's Roy's side of everything. There are 2 kinds of people in the world: those who leave home and those who don't. I'm a proud member of the first category. My wife, Celestial, used to say that I'm a country boy at the core, but I never cared for that designation. For one, I'm not from the country per se. Eloise, Louisiana is a small town. When you hear country, you think raising crops, baling hay, and milking cows. Never in my life have I picked a single cotton ball, although my daddy did. I've never touched a horse, goat, or pig, nor have I any desire to. Celestial used to laugh, clarifying that she's not saying I'm a farmer, just country. She is from Atlanta, and there was a case to be made that she is country too. But let her tell it. She's a southern woman, not to be confused with a southern belle. For some reason, Georgia Peach is all right with her, and it's all right with me, so there you have it. Celestial thinks of herself as this cosmopolitan person, and she's not wrong. However, She sleeps each night in the very house she grew up in. I, on the other hand, departed on the first thing smoking exactly 71 hours after high school graduation. I would have left sooner, but the trailways didn't stop through LOE in every day. By the time the mailman brought my mama the cardboard tube containing my diploma, I was all moved into my dorm room at Morehouse College, attending a special program for first-generation scholarship types. We were invited to show up 2.5 months before the legacies to get the lay of the land and bone up on the basics. Imagine 23 young black men watching Spike Lee's School Days and Sidney Poitier's To Sir with Love on loop, and you either will or will not get the picture. Indoctrination isn't always a bad thing. All my life, I've been helped by leg up programs, Head Start when I was 5, and Upward Bound all the way through. If I ever have kids, they will be able to pedal through life without training wheels, but I like to give credit where it is due. Atlanta is where I learned the rules, and learned them quick. No one ever called me stupid, but home isn't where you land. Home is where you launch. You can't pick your home any more than you can choose your family. In poker, you get 5 cards. 3 of them you can swap out, but 2 are yours to keep: family and native land. I'm not talking bad about LOE. Obviously, there are worse native lands. A big picture mind can see that. For one, LOE may be in Louisiana, not a state brimming with opportunity, but it is located in America. And if you're going to be black and struggling, the United States is probably the best place to do it. However, we were not poor. Let me make that extra strength clear. My daddy worked too hard at Box Sporting Goods by day, plus hand manning in the evenings, and my mother spent too many hours fixing trays at the meat and 3 for me to act like we had neither port nor window. Let the record show that we had both. Me, Olive, and Big Roy were a family of 3, and we lived in a sturdy brick house on a safe block. I had my own room, and when Big Roy built an extension, I had my own bathroom. When I outgrew my shoes, I never waited for new ones. While I have received financial aid, my parents did their part to send me to college. Still, the truth is that there was nothing extra. If my childhood were a sandwich, there would be no meat hanging off the bread. We had what we needed and nothing more. And nothing less, my mother would have said, and then wrapped me in one of her lemon drop hugs. When I arrived in Atlanta, I was under the impression that I had my whole life ahead of me, endless reams of blank paper. And you know what they say, a Morehouse man always has a pen. 10 years later, my life was at its sweet spot. When anybody said, "Where are you from?" I said, "The A," so intimate with the city that I knew her by her nickname. When asked about my family, I talked about Celestial. We were properly married for 1.5 years, and we were happy for that time. At least I was. Maybe we didn't do happy like other people, but we're not your garden variety bourgeois Atlanta Negroes, where the husband goes to bed with his laptop under his pillow and the wife dreams about her blue box jewelry. I was young, hungry, and on the come up. Celestial was an artist, intense and gorgeous. We were like Love Jones, but grown. What can I say? I always had a weakness for shooting star women. When you're with them, you know that you're deep into something. None of that high and by stuff. Before Celestial, I dated this other girl, also born and raised in the A. This girl, as proper as you can picture, she pulled a gun on me at an Urban League gala. I'll never forget that silver 22-inch. Is it 22.22 with a pink mother of pearl handle? She flashed it inside her purse under the table where we were enjoying steak and au gratin potatoes. She said she knew I was cheating on her with some chick from the Black Bar Association. How can I explain this? I was scared, and then I wasn't. Only an Atlanta girl could be so classy while doing something so hood. It was love logic, granted, but I wasn't sure if I should propose or call the police. We broke up before daybreak, and it wasn't my decision. After Pistol Girl, I lost my touch with the ladies for a minute. I read the news as same as anyone, and I heard about some supposed black man shortage, but it seems that the good news had yet to make an impact on my social life. Every woman I took a shine to had someone else waiting in the cut. A little competition is healthy for all parties involved, but Pistol Girl's departure got up my skin like the sugars and sent me to LOE for a few days to talk things over with Big Roy. My father was this alpha omega way about him, has this alpha omega way about him. Like he was here before you showed up, and he would be sitting in his same recliner chair long after you left. You don't want no woman that brandished a firearm, son. I tried to explain that what made it remarkable was the contrast between the sweetness of the pistol and the glitter of the evening. Besides, she was playing, Daddy. Big Roy nodded and sucked the foam from his glass of beer. If that's how she plays, what's going to happen when she gets mad? From the kitchen, as though speaking through a translator, my mother called, "Ask him who she is with now." She might be crazy, but she's not crazy. Nobody would dismiss little Roy without somebody on the back bench. Big Roy asked, "Your mother wants to know who she's with now." Like we weren't all speaking English. Some attorney dude. Not like Perry Mason, contracts, a paperwork sort of person. "Aren't you a paperwork person?" Big Roy asked. "Totally different. Being a rep, that's temporary. Besides, paperwork isn't my destiny. It's just what I happen to be doing now." "I see," Big Roy said. My mother was still peanut gallerying from the kitchen. "Tell him that he is always letting those light-skinned girls hurt his feelings. Tell him he needs to remember some of the girls right here in Allen Parish. Tell him to lift somebody up with him." Big Roy said, "Your mother says," before I cut him off. I heard her, and didn't nobody say that girl was light-skinned? But of course she was, and my mama has a thing about that. Now, Olive came out of the kitchen wiping her hands on a striped dish towel. "Don't get mad. I'm not trying to get in your business. Nobody can really satisfy their mama when it comes to the ladies. All my buddies tell me that their mothers are steady warning them. If she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. Ebony and Jet both swear up and down that all the black men with 2 nickels to rub together are opting for the swirl. As for me, I'm strictly down with the brown, and my mama has the nerve to fret about which particular shade of sister I was choosing. Ooh, colorism is a thing with our parents, hey? But you would think that she would have liked Celestial. The two of them favored so much that they could have been the ones related. They both had that clean, pretty, like Thelma from Good Times, my first TV crush. But no, as far as Mama was concerned, Celestial looked right, but she was from a different world. Jasmine in Bernadette's clothing. Big Roy, on the other hand, was so taken by Celestial that he would have married her if I didn't. None of this scored any points with Olive. There is only one thing that will win me any ground with your mother, Celestial once said. And what might that be? A baby, she said with a sigh. Whenever I see her, she looks me up and down like I might be holding her grandbabies hostage in my body. You exaggerate. But the truth was, I knew where my mother was coming from. After a year, I was ready to get this show on the road, creating a new generation with an updated set of rules and regulations. Not that there was anything wrong with the way either one of us was brought up, but still, the world is changing, so the way we bring up kids had to change too. Part of my plan was to never one time mention picking cotton. My parents always talked about either real cotton or the idea of it. White people say, it beats digging a ditch. Black people say, it beats picking cotton. I'm not going to remind my kids that somebody died in order for me to do everyday things. I don't want Roy the Third sitting up in the movie theater trying to watch Star Wars or what have you, and be thinking about the fact that sitting down eating some popcorn is a right that costs somebody his life. Sure, none of that. Or maybe not much of that. We'll have to get the recipe right. Now Celestial promises that she will never say that they have to be twice as good to get half as much. Even if it's true, she said, what kind of thing is that to say to a 5-year-old? She was the perfect balance of a woman. Not a button-down corporate type, but she wore her pedigree like the gloss on a patent leather shoe. In addition, she popped like an artist without veering into crazy. In other words, there was no pink pistol in her purse, but there was no shortage of passion either. Celestial liked to go her own way, and you could tell that from looking at her. She was tall, 5'9", flat-footed, taller than her own father. I know that height is the luck of the draw, but it felt like she chose all that altitude. Her hair, big and wild, put her a smidge over my head. Even before you knew she was a genius with needle and thread, you could tell you were dealing with a unique individual. Although some people, and by some people, I mean my mama, couldn't see it, all that's what was going to make her an excellent mother. I have half a mind to ask her if we could name our child son or daughter Future. Oh wow. If it had been up to me, we would be all aboard the baby train on our honeymoon. Picture us laid up in a glass-bottom cabana over the ocean. I didn't even know they had shit like that, but I pretended to be all about it when Celestial showed me the brochure, telling her it was on my bucket list. There we were, relaxing up over the ocean, enjoying each other. The wedding was more than a day behind us because Bali was 23 first-class hours away. For the wedding, Celestial had been done up like a doll baby version of herself. All that crazy hair was wrangled into a ballerina bun, and the makeup made her seem to blush. When I saw her floating down the aisle toward me, her and her daddy both were giggling like this whole thing was only a dress rehearsal. There I was, serious as 4 heart attacks and a stroke. But then she looked up at me and puckered her pink paint lips in a little kiss, and I got the joke. She was letting me know that all of this, the little girls holding up the train of her gown, my morning jacket, even the ring in my pocket, was just a show. What was real was the dance of light in her eyes and the quick current of our blood, and then I smiled too. In Bali, that slick hair was long gone, and she was rocking a 1970s Jet magazine fro and wearing nothing but body glitter. Let's make a baby. She laughed. That's how you want to ask me? I'm serious. Not yet, Daddy, she cried. Soon, though. On our paper anniversary, I wrote on a sheet of paper, soon like now? She turned it over and wrote back, soon like yesterday. I went to the doctor and he said all systems are go. But it was another piece of paper that hemmed us up, my very own business card. We were back home after our anniversary dinner at the beautiful restaurant, a half diner, half cafeteria on Cascade Road. Not fancy, but it was where I popped the question. She'd said yes. But put that ring away before we get jacked. On our wedding anniversary, we were turned for a feast of short ribs, mac and cheese, and corn pudding. Then we headed home for dessert, 2 slices of wedding cake that had been sitting in the freezer for 365 days, waiting to see if we could stick through the year. Not content to leave well enough alone, I opened my wallet to show the photo of her that I kept there. As I pulled the picture from its sleeve, my business card floated free, landing softly beside the slabs of amaretto cake. On the back, in purple ink, was a woman's first name and phone number, which was bad enough. But Celestial noticed 3 more digits, which she assumed to be a hotel room number. I can explain this. The truth was straightforward. I liked the ladies. I enjoyed a little flirtation, what they call frizzin'. Sometimes I collected phone numbers like I was still in college, but 99.997% of the time it ended there. I just like to know that I still had it. Harmless, right? Get to explaining, she said. She slipped it into my pocket. How did she slip you your own business card? Celestial was mad, and it turned me on a little, like the click on the stove before the flame took. She asked me for my card. I thought it was innocent. Celestial stood up and collected the saucers, weighed down with cake, and dropped them in the trash. Wedding china be damned. She returned to the table, picked up her flute of pink champagne, and slammed the bubbly like a shot of tequila. Then she snatched my glass out of my hand, drank my share, and then tossed the long-stemmed glass into the garbage too. As they broke, they rang like bells. You are so full of shit, she said. But where am I now? I said. Right here with you, in our home. I lay my head on your pillow every night. On our fucking anniversary, she said. Now her mad was melting into sad. She sat on her breakfast chair. Why get married if you want to cheat? I didn't point out that you had to be married in order to cheat at all. Instead, I told her the truth. I never even called that girl, I said beside her. I sat beside her. I love you. I said it like a magic charm. Happy anniversary. She let me kiss her, which was a positive sign. I could taste the pink champagne on her lips. We were out of our clothes when she bit me hard on the ear. You are such a liar. Then she stretched across to my nightstand and produced a shiny foil pack. Wrap it up, mister. I know that there are those out there who would say that our marriage was in trouble. People have a lot of things to say when they don't know what goes on behind closed doors, up under the covers, and between night and morning. But as a witness to, and even a member of, our relationship, I'm convinced that it was the opposite. It meant something that I could make her mad with just a scrap of paper, and she could make me crazy with just a rubber. Yes, we were a married couple, but we were still young and smitten. 1 year in, and the fire was still burning blue hot. The thing is this, it's a challenge being 2.0. On paper, we're a different world. where are they now? Whitley and Dwayne all grown up. But Celestial and me are something Hollywood never imagined. She was gifted and I was her manager and muse. It's not like I lay around in my birthday suit so she could draw me. No, I simply lived my life and she watched. When we were engaged, she won a competition for a glass sculpture she created. From a distance, it looked to be a shooter marble. But when you got up close and looked from the right angle, you could make out the lines of my profile swirled inside. Somebody offered her $5,000 for it, but she wouldn't part with it. This isn't what happens when a marriage is in danger. She did for me, and I did for her in return. Back in the day, when you worked so your wife didn't have to, they called that sitting your woman down. It was a goal of Big Roy's to sit Olive down, but it never quite worked out. In his honor, and maybe for my own, I worked all day so Celestial could stay home making dolls, her primary art medium. I'm into the museum quality marbles and the delicate line drawings, but the dolls were something that an ordinary person could get behind. My vision was a line of cloth dolls that we were going to sell wholesale. You could display them on a shelf or hug the stuffing out of them. There would still be the high-end custom jobs and art pieces. Those could fetch 5 figures easy, but the everyday dolls were going to make her mark, I told her. And you see, I turned out to be right. I know that all of this is water under the bridge and not a sweet little creek either. But to be fair, I have to tell this whole story. We were married only a year and some change, but it was a good year. Even she would have to admit that. So that is Roy's part. The chapters are very long, actually. I think I'm sold. I actually want to know what lands him in prison. I like that. I like Black love. I love Black love. I love stories that are about Black love. So I don't know about you guys, but this sampling was good. For those who are still here, who started with me as I read. It looks like he grew up in a good family, like Olive, Big Roy, since he's the smaller Roy. Big Roy and Olive seem to be good people. Now I can't wait to read about his wife, Celestial, and see what kind of person she was as she was growing up and stuff. Because she seems very artsy, obviously, but yeah. So for those who just joined, please go back into this live. I'm gonna save it on IGTV. Yeah, and then you can sample An American Marriage. A few pages. I think I read about 6 pages. But yes, I've been reading since 5. So Nikki says I can't wait to read further. Okay, so today I got tagged on a template by Nikki for what books am I reading this month. So last month I only managed to read 1 book, and by read I mean an audiobook. Yes, it does count. I read Issa Rae's diary. What is it called? Let me tell you the title. It's very long, but it's awkward Black Girl. But yes, that's what I read. I was listening to it on The Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl. And yeah, I found it very... I don't know if any of you guys know of Issa Rae. But yeah, Issa Rae is very awkward. But I loved how it was a coming of age story up until the woman that she is now. Nikki, are you laughing at the fact that an audiobook counts? It does count. Check Goodreads. You can change the version onto, so if you're reading and if you use Goodreads on the web, where you like upload all your books and whatnot. It does count. The Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl. Yes, it was really, really awesome. I loved how she documented her Senegalese background, and how the difference of culture that her mom and her dad had to end up actually resulting in a divorce. Like all the relationships that she went through from her teenage years up until now, you know. But yeah, it was really nice. I think I might actually buy the actual book. So yeah, it was my first time trying an audiobook, but yeah, that was nice. So I said I was going to tell you guys what I'm reading for the month. I haven't finished my May book, Behold the Dreamers. I'm like almost done. Like 8. It's so good. But these are the books that I'm hoping to read this month. They're so thick, but sure, guys. Nikki, that book, the audiobook counts. It counts. An audiobook counts, guys. I put on my headphones after I finish reading for you guys. And from 6 o'clock until 7 or when I'm cooking, I listen to the audiobook, and I don't let anything disturb me because they are noise cancellation headphones. So busy kamole, I'm cooking, and then so yes, it counts. But yes, that was the reading for An American Marriage. For those who missed it, you can go on to IGTV after this. I will save it. And then this month I'm planned to read these 4 books. Hold on, I just need to. I'm thirsty. Oros. Do you guys love Oros the way I love Oros? So these books I read, I sampled for you guys last month or during the lockdown. I read one story from Sifiso Mzobe's short story collection. So I am gonna read it for this month of June. And that's the first book I'm reading. And then The Girl with the Louding Voice by Abi Dare. I also sampled this, I think in April. Yeah. It's a pity that all the readings that I've done now, before, the first 21 days of lockdown, I don't have them on video, because IGTV wasn't really. I think it depends on the number of lives. The number of lives that an account makes and whatnot, and then they end up loading IGTV. Because I realized that some I don't know, what is it? There's things that IG enables people to do, and some people don't get it. Like some people will have like are able to do a live and save it, or maybe rather do a live for 30 minutes or whatever, and it kicks them out. Mine can do an hour, but everybody else can do an hour. But I realized that someone else had done a live and it was and couldn't save or something like that. I don't remember. But anyway, I'm digressing now. I digress. So this is the next book I'm gonna try and read this month. I don't know if you can see the white part of it, but it is The Theory of Flight. The Theory of Flight by Sipiwe Gloria Ndlovu. I did sample this as well, I think in April, and I'm gonna read The Morning Bird. I'm not sure how I'm gonna go about it. It'll depend on the ending of the current read, which is Behold the Dreamers. I'm enjoying Behold the Dreamers as well. Nikki says, that girl with a louding voice. I might actually read it first, unless if I wanna do short stories and then go back into like a long form. But yes, these are the 4 books that I'm gonna read this month. And yeah, I've also read them for the live book readings. I love the covers. I love everything about them, especially this one. So I love it. Yo, it's beautiful. And the story is also like, yo, like Nikki says, hearts. But yes, guys, that was it for today. I will see you guys on Tuesday. I hope you had a great first day of June. A lot of people were saying Happy New Year. I don't know if people were saying Happy New Year to me because it's a new year for the twins. They're turning 2 and everything today. Or they're just saying because we're on a new level of lockdown. Also, my observation is that everything looks like it's back to normal. I don't understand. Like, we are still in lockdown. But anyway, what are you guys reading? Send me DMs. Let's talk. Let me know what you're reading this month. What did you read last month? Did you manage? I will finish Behold the Dreamers and it'll add on to, but I'm actually 3 books ahead of my 12 books per year schedule. I'm very I wanna be okay with that number. 12 is fine. Oh, okay. So Happy New Year. Happy New Year, but Happy New Level. Okay. Happy New Level. Oh, why do they say New Year? But anyway, it is a new year for me as a mommy. South Africa is open. Yes, no. Like, everybody, like the mall is full. Like, you guys, I was looking for cake, but I found cake at a smaller, like a shopping center. I actually had to call. So, guys. But yeah, Mommy of the Year goes to me because I managed to get cake on a random Monday morning or Monday afternoon. So, wish me luck. I hope I get through all these books. Nikki, you'll help me. I hope you enjoyed the reading of An American Marriage and you will get your own copy. Yes, this is our new normal. Hey, Batung. Anyway, I think I want to read it because of the fact that I love Black love. And I want to see it in all the struggles, like all the that are described at the back of the book, like him going to prison. How is she going to manage that? She's not used to being alone. She's not used to, and it's been, what, a year? So, yeah. I like the writing so far. What other books has Tayari Jones written? I don't know. Okay, anyway, I'll find out. But anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this read. I'll see you guys at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Thank you. Let me see if there are any comments that I missed while I was reading. Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you, Nikki. Guys, follow at readingdates_. Okay. Hey, Amkela. Thank you. Same here. Waiting for a sale in my area. Bargain books sales of the plug. Yes, you did. Yes. Okay. Fresh water. Yes, fresh water. Patu said American Marriage is good, so I can't wait. Yes. Patu loved. Patu, follow at readingdates_ and follow Literary Alliance. I'm sad I have to go, but I'm definitely putting this book on my list. Happy reading. Happy reading. Okay, Uncle Fred was in here as well. Oh, hi Jackie. And Jackie was here. Balentle, hello. Can't wait to read further. Oh yeah, that's a good book. The Girl with the Louding Voice. Guys, bye guys. The people are calling the twins since it's their birthday. I have to go. I don't have a phone. This phone belongs to everyone else. See you guys tomorrow at 5. This live will be on IGTV in the next 5. Thank you. Bye. Happy reading.